My people for us now, well done and good evening and welcome to our program, UDUOTA. And today we get one person when BC said the man don't travel everywhere, don't work for almost everywhere for our country, Nigeria. The only place when BC never work now, where BC never work. And this other person, the person when BC talk about so, now him be the presidential candidate of the new Nigeria People's Party, what is it called? NNPP, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. Welcome to our program.
Thank you very much.
I'll call you Alaji too. I know
speak, call me.
I know they speak grammar well for this program. We they try to speak English when everybody go fit understand.
Thank you.
And that one are pidgin English. I tell you don't want Nigeria, don't go almost everywhere. Yeah. You be even Benin myself, whether would like them or not. So I go to the first question. What do you mean of UDUOTA?
Thank you very much. The heart of the matter. Yes, yes.
I greet you. Welcome. I want to let us know now, say, Alhaji Musa Rabiu Kwankwaso, a former civil servant at BCEB. He worked for 17 years and even retired as principal water engineer for Kano State. A former deputy speaker, Federal House of Representatives for 1992. A former member of National Constitutional Conference from 1994 to 1995, former two-time governor for Kano State 1999 to 2003 and 2011 to 2015, former Minister of Defense and Special Envoy to Darfur and Somalia 2003 to 2007, they think plenty well. Former Minister of, former presidential aspirant under the APC for 2015, former Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria representing Kano Central Zone 2015 to 2019, former presidential aspirant under the PDP 2019, and now the national leader and presidential candidate of the new Nigeria People's Party, NNPP 2023. With all of this one we say you don't achieve, all of this one you don't serve our dear country, Nigeria. I want to find out, we know you don't do many things, what will be your chance to becoming the next president for Nigeria, February 25, when we sit there around the corner?
Thank you so much. Let me start by thanking Almighty God and thank the good people of Edo State for the warm reception as usual. My last visit, I was here also, and we were well received by the good people of the state. Especially, I came through northern Edo, where I passed through Auchi. In fact, from Abuja, I came by road, and I went around the state, and we're happy today. We're also here to give our presidential and senatorial candidates their flags, which we have done successfully. And we are so happy with the quality of the candidates that we have here in the South, especially here in Edo State. Even though now the election is for gubernatorial is off season, so we have only 4 states out of the 6 that collected their flags today. And they are going back today to their various states and start or continue the campaign in their states. So let me say that we in the NNPP, we are very, very confident. Confident in the sense that we picked our party in less than 1 year. The party has grown to this level. I'm sure nobody was expecting outside our group that some people can pick a party and use their goodwill and of course the love for Nigerians and bring it to this level. So we are so happy that NNPP is a household name now. NNPP is everywhere. We have structures in all the wards, in all the local governments, in all the states, even all the zones and the national.
You know what's in there, Alhaji Kwankwaso? The truth be saying, maybe everybody gets the kind of opportunity when you get to go school. So they speak the language even more than the Oyibo man when we say the language. And you know, so whether you like them or not, Pidgin English now one language, and we say almost everybody know they accept for our country, Nigeria. But those states when you come, Now, PJB almost everything. So I go beg you, when they talk, maybe they try to put small inside. My mama when we say they for village, we go hear you where. Yes. Even as they talk now, when they say everywhere, they listen to you now for radio as they talk for television. So the thing they go side by side. You talk one thing just now, less than 1 year, and the political party don't come out. People they fear say, what will be your chance when they say your party no get national spread? You know, pass everywhere.
We believe we get even bigger chance than the two parties.
When you say
the
get national
PDP, APC, will spoil this country. The country is don't spoiled by these two parties. And me was in the PDP before now, APC before now, but they have all failed the country. And people like me were in those two parties, came out and formed a brand new party for brand new Nigeria. The country in the last years, from 1999 to date, PDP spent 60 years, APC spent almost 8 years now, but we get crimes, banditry, economy, it don't finish. Even this change of money.
We'll come to that change
yes.
of money.
And
I want to make you talk well for that one. You talk and say the first time when you come here, you come through Auchi. You come by road. That Benin Auchi road, now one road we say almost everybody fear because of the issue of insecurity. And this issue of insecurity, now I want to say they for almost every of our country in Nigeria. By I was going to talk now for your religion now, inshallah, you become the next president of this our country after the February 25th election. How you want to address this issue of insecurity?
You see, in our book, which is the blueprint, we sat down with brothers and sisters were under Savi security, and we were able to put all our thoughts to the extent that today we have the best blueprint in the country. Blueprint that will handle the issue of military. We will multiply the number of the military by about 3. Multiply the number of police by 3, and so on and so forth, so that young men and women will get a job. After getting the job, we will get security. We are aware today that most of the places are no good. And we have few security agents, and this country requires peace. Without peace, I'm sure there will be no development. That's why we have dilapidated roads. That is why we have all sorts of problems: economic, security, infrastructure, everything don't finish. And that's why now we are looking for better people in the country to come and join hands with us so that we can get out of this mess.
You talk all of this one. You talk all this one now because you'll be one time. I go through your profile just now. You'll be one time Minister of Defense.
Yes.
And I make you talk all of this one. The administration when they say a day now, you're not just minister, maybe that time minister. The one in day now, when they come, they say it gets military background. It was former head of states. You understand? People they have PC, yes, it don't come say the matter of insecurity. Maybe go take care of her. But now it comes like the take can increase, even with a former military head of state. What it can make you feel say as a minister of defense, you go feel can do more than a former military head of state.
Capacity. Capacity is different.
Okay.
You have to study capacity well to stop what we are seeing today in this country. Now, in military, does not mean you had capacity. So I believe that with the capacity and our proven integrity with Nigerians that are in our party now and many others that we bring into our party. I'm sure, and I have no doubt in my mind, that small time Nigeria will get peace.
Okay. We thank you for all of this. Is when we say you don't talk. I want to make we look the matter of petroleum subsidy. It's not a matter when we say don't they like, person if you remember when you go take starts, it's not they finish and all of that. If you come as president of a big country, Nigeria, how do you want to answer this matter when we say they call petroleum subsidy? It's even there at all.
You see, in our blueprint, we decided, say, when we get power. First, we believe that subsidy at the right time must go.
Okay.
But first of all, we'll tackle corruption inside the subsidy.
Okay.
So many resources, a lot of resources being wasted through
Subsidy.
corruption.
Okay.
We get cargo, we are told. Cargo, one ship will come. Somebody will write it 1, 2, 3, or even more times. Even tanker will go to carry oil. They will write 1, 2, 3
or more times.
Now all this sort of corruption, we stop it. And we look at the actual subsidy. And from the actual subsidy, we look at how we go bring relief, palliatives for Nigerians. So that even when you remove the subsidy, ordinary people no go suffer. Because our concern, our party, is the party of the masses. Party, because we started in Kano, we are the sons and daughters of our leader then, Aminu Kano, who taught us about the needy, the very old, very young, the sick, the poor, we call them talakawa.
Okay.
And all the time we believe that our leadership will take care of the poor. And that is why in Kano, our fees in all our schools, free for the son and daughter of the talakawa, that's the poor, to go to school. That is why we sent over 3,000 Kano residents, not indigenous, residents, 14 countries in 4 years, over 3,000 of them. They don't finish their study.
Not indigenous.
Not indigenous. People from all walks of life
Different part of the country.
in the country, and we gave them scholarship. And not only that, in addition to over 3,000 abroad, we selected universities, including Ignidia University here. We bring 300 students from Kano to Ignidia University, and we pay. That one is private university. You have to pay money.
Yeah.
In addition to that, 412 to Al-Kalam University in 4 years. So also 300 to Bells University, 200 to Crescent University in Ogun, and 25 in Adamawa State, Abti University. So we send people abroad, send people private universities, send people to other federal universities, and we established 2 universities in Kano. In 2001, we established Kano University of Science and Technology. In 2012, we established Northwest University. So before the end of our administration, even our schools, university, Kano universities, we are not getting enough students because all of them have gone abroad. Many of them have gone to private universities and other federal universities. In fact, we selected universities, special arrangement. Usman Danfodio, we built 300-bed hostel, free. Ahmadu Bello University, same. Maiduguri University, same. Al-Kalam University, same. 4 universities. We built big hostel, we call it Concosia Hostel, free for them. to admit our students. So 2 years into my administration in Kano, nobody who has university qualification who no get admission or who no get scholarship. Everybody is sponsored because this country, we get money. Anybody who says no money is either you know sabi or that man either is taking money or people around him are stealing. But there is so much money because for the 8 years I was governor, we no borrow 1 kobo. All these programs and even projects, you go Kano. Kano today is not comparable to any city, maybe Lagos. But if you take what federal government did in Lagos, Kano, I'm sure, will look better than Lagos. So we have so much money in this country, and we believe that with good leadership, I'm sure Nigeria will be better for all of us.
Again, one thing when I notice, or when Nigerians they notice, almost all the presidential candidates then go different places, go the campaign. They go the one with the bar for everybody, Chatham House. Chatham House, no be Nigeria here today. When I go there, the people when they for that side, when I go to talk to, they come vote for here. Why when they go that side, go Chatham House? And the kind of question BCSA they ask on all the time. Now questions they when BCSA they concern them. What I want to bring up for the British government. We have British government want to enjoy for the country. And from Nigeria, after una don't become president, you don't become president. Why una go they go Chatham House, go they campaign for that side? Now not go come this side, come they do a campaign in quotes now.
We in NNPP, we go everywhere. That's why I'm here now.
Okay.
So any state I go, I talk to the people direct.
Okay. What will be the important for Chatham
Now,
House?
Chatham House, you see, if you want to be a councillor, you need somebody in the local government.
Okay.
So you hold your people in the ward and hold chairman as a local government. Local government, you need somebody in the state.
Okay.
In the state, you need somebody at national to help you. Today, all countries, none of the countries is isolated or island. So we need everybody. If you want to be president, you hold your country and then hold the international community so that you work together with them.
We don't see you go on your that country. So you know, I want only just Chatham.
No, I was invited to France by the leadership.
Okay.
I was invited by British government. We had meeting at Chatham House and then visited some ministers in Britain. I was invited to America. I was in Pentagon. I was in the White House. And I'm sure more countries would invite me. In fact, just some 4 days, I was even in Niger.
Okay.
And before election, I will go to Cameroon, I will go to Guinea-Bissau. That's where their president is the president of ECOWAS.
Okay.
So you need to talk to them.
Okay.
You need to understand yourselves. So that, you see, in security, you cannot just secure Nigeria and stay there. When I was minister, we secured Nigeria and we helped Liberia with our military. We helped Sierra Leone with our military. So also Sudan in Darfur. So our idea now is to secure Nigeria and secure our neighbors.
Okay.
So that's the arrangement that we have today.
Okay.
And that's the only way we can have peace. But because if you have peace here and all your neighbors have problems, not even immediate neighbors, like the problem in Libya negatively affected West Africa. And it has always been like that. And that is why we have to reach out to the international community. That is why we have to work very hard to ensure that we secure our country, Nigeria, if we have the opportunity to do that.
You did Benin, Edo State. If I don't make mistake, you just address some people, do rally for Baptist High School. And I thank you for the the crowd when we say come down to society, the people get you for mind and all of that. Many messages they when BC yesterday they tell you. Many demands them day when BC yesterday they bring, come give you. All of these demands when BC they make, how you tend to address them? Because now dealing with this when I do it with this.
Yes, you see, we have common issues, and there are issues that are peculiar to states. In fact, in this country, we can comfortably say we have close to, in fact, you need to do so much in almost all the areas. Nigeria today needs unity. Our country today needs security. And the insecurity we're there for North is much bigger than the security or insecurity that you have in the South. But if you don't check and stop the insecurity in the North, that insecurity will certainly migrate and move into the South, which is not good. Yes. So that is why our government will make sure that the issue of insecurity is tackled and immediately. Now, insecurity would affect many things. Would affect education, would affect agriculture, because many people cannot go to the farm or cannot go to the school. So insecurity is a big issue. Even infrastructure. You will have places now nobody can go and put roads and so on. And because of weaknesses of governments, that's why we have all sorts of issues today. So we believe that with a strong leadership, we will unite this country and we can have a strong and prosperous country. Today, people are suffering. Today, many people are not go to school or even farm. In northern Nigeria, there are places, there are streets today where the farmers cannot go to the farm. And by the implication of that, of course, is hunger and poverty. And by extension, that will run into the insecurity you are talking about. Because anybody who will not get food, anybody who will not get education,
that one go change to insecurity.
Change to insecurity.
Okay.
And that,
my people for us, we day here with the presidential candidate of the new Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, Senator Alhaji Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. Now NBC will talk with things and don't they tell us so many things. You know, when NBC they listen to us for radio, and now when NBC they watch us for television, we open the lines now, so now go ask some questions them, because all the questions not just feed for our mouths. We know say quite alright, say you get something there from mind, don't NBC you want, make it be say Alhaji Senator Musa Kwankwaso, make it be say we could put the number for screen so you go call. The number is 08077770300. Now your screen, so for the benefit of our people that listen for radio, the number now 08077770300. Once you call us, Alhaji Senator Musa Rabiu Kwankwaso, you go talk to us. I want to make it be say yes, you answer this question now before it be say we go start to talk to our people then. Because the line don't do the ring now even before we call out finish. Because people want to hear from you and the rest. And this is the issue of the Naira. Because you nearly started just now. The Naira swapping or the new Naira note or the redesigned Naira, anyone be say you call them. I want to make it be say you just tell us what do you feel about this new Naira notes?
I feel bad. Very bad.
Let's say they expect the question before. The way to answer. I think the way to answer, let's say they expect the question before.
No, these are things that in fact, most Nigerians feel very bad. We have 133 million poor people in the country. This one are from MBS. They say at least 133 million people
from Nigeria
no get poor people below poverty line. Now, the remaining now, government brought this policy and they mopped every money, pack up for bank, and people have nothing. Now it's difficult to see any cash, no cash. Some people are not even accepting transfer. People are losing money. You take your money, transfer now, because you can't get from bank.
Okay.
When you transfer, they give you fraction of your money.
Your own money?
Your own money. Just lost it like that. Big percentage, some up to 50% as they tell us. You give 1 million, they give you 500,000. Very sad. For no fault of your own. And we asked government, we pleaded to government to ensure that they allow people to change their money. But in NNPP, we believe that when we are sworn in on the 29th of May, will ensure that every Nigerian with legitimate money will be given his money 100%.
Okay, you see, before, when I read your profile just now, you talk about that time you be PDP governors, one of the PDP governors when they say you moved to the APC, because you talk with your own mouth now, say you don't try both parties, you don't go through them, if you say you can't come this one. And when you move from the PDP go to the APC, you're now one of the people where NBC say this government where NBC this, so make we let them come, make everything come. You know, sure, say you as Alhaji Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, you owe the people an apology for the kind things that when we say they happen to our country, because you are not when they condemn things now.
I think the party PDP. You see, when we were forming PDP in 1998, we called everybody come.
Okay.
Because we want to kick military out.
Okay.
Not based on ideology, not based on anything other than wanting to kick the military out of power. When we succeeded, I became governor in 1999 of Kano.
Okay.
Now, it was then that we realized that there are so many people who ordinarily should not be in the same party with us. These are people who only love themselves and their family. And therefore, we had many issues with them to the extent that the following election in 2003, I lost the election.
Okay.
Because anti-party, if we want to give water to people, they will say, no, give us money, make we put water in our houses. If we want to send our children of the state to schools, they say, no, don't do that. Give us the money, we'll send their own children
to school
and keep the remaining. And this was the fight, really. If you want to supply anything, they want it themselves. So when I lost the election, I became Minister of Defense in the 2003 to 2007.
Okay.
Now, it was then that I realized that we were together with the wrong people. So we were thinking of how to bring positive change into the democracy. And that's why we looked for people and formed a progressive party, as we named it then, because we were expecting progressive people to come and bring positive change to the country. Unfortunately, we didn't get that. So many people now are of the opinion that APC is worse than PDP. That's what the PDP believes. And the two of them think, say, the election will be between bad PDP and very bad APC. So when we bring this one now, put on for table, I'm sure they must be disappointed. Nigerians now are looking for change. And you can never get change in PDP or APC. That one is status quo. They have no that mindset. The party had no any good blueprint, no nothing. So at the end of the day, if you vote any of these two parties, you are going back to square one. Okay.
I want to make you talk about your own chance to make you forget about those people who they will vote for or they not go vote for. Make you talk and say maybe they vote for you instead. But it gets some people when they say they talk around. Say even all this one they say they speak, so they talk about now. Say you the front for one of the political parties, PDP. Before today, they talk about say for time when they say no go take, you go collapse your structure for the PDP. And people talk about say yes, say Musa Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, it even they play tribal politics because they want to make the power still remain for North and the rest. Now make them like at the end of the day, you collapse your structure for the PDP candidate because now not on the BCEB and you want to make the power still remain for them. I don't know if you want to talk about this one.
That one nonsense.
Okay.
Absolute nonsense. Now, few weeks to election, 2 weeks. My name is on the ballot paper, or my party is on the ballot paper. We have governors in all the 28 states now that we are going for election. Today we came to Beni, we gave 4 from South. And next week we are going to Southeast for final zonal rally, finished. So why we will keep...
when the PDP, they do their own... So, wait, now, may I quickly remind you of something. When the PDP, they do their own primary that time, at the 11th hour, one of the aspirants come out, or one of the candidates, when they do for the party, he said, you know, they do it again. Make instead, you don't step down, and not call the people vote for another person. When BC then emerge as the presidential candidate of the PDP now. So, what to make us say, if that one done at the 11th hour, you, Musa Rabiu Kwankwaso, so no go do at the 11th and a half hour.
Those ones are people of the same feather.
Okay.
I'm not in their group.
Okay.
Yeah, PDP, APC, count me out.
Okay.
I'm not there. New Nigeria. We are talking of new Nigeria now. Okay. So you cannot leave PDP and APC and then go and support PDP or APC. It doesn't work that way. Okay. Now look, in this year, on the 25th of February, there will be election.
Okay.
NNPP, of course, is at forefront. INEC said there may be a rerun, meaning nobody will get it first ballot.
In case they don't get on first ballot.
If they don't get, they go for second ballot. We in NNPP, we believe we'll get it.
Okay.
Now, we are sure we have secured North. We are looking for 5%, 5 states in southern part of the country to make it 24 states. That's our main concern now, this part of the country. And we believe that by what we saw today, we are confident that we'll get that. In that case, there is no need for second ballot. Okay,
now we'll take some calls now, because we've done this day for line today. They want to ask you different questions. Hello, good evening. Good evening. Yeah, how would it?
My name is Friday, they come from Benin.
Okay, Friday for Benin. What do you want make he be say Alhaji Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, the NNPP presidential candidate, make you know?
Okay, one, I want to ask them how you go to settle the headers and farmer crisis will be for the whole country.
Okay.
And 2, I go say 2 power line, not in the country.
Okay.
And 3, if you go tell me, I know say the man saying he will win. All of the people are win. If he lose, he could decamp again, go APC or PDP or go remember this party.
Okay. Oh yeah, we'll take all those out, because we say maybe continue, you go call it and 4 and 5. I'm not going to take questions again. So it say the matter where we say it concern the farmers and headers clash, how you want to take handle. Inshallah, you become the next president.
Yes.
You talk that one. You talk the matter where BC say it concern lights, and you talk the other one BC power, and the other one BC say if at the end of the day, because they say man proposes, God disposes. If at the end of the day you come win the election, what will be the guarantee? So you go remain to build this political party when BC say not only still use your hand take form, just like if you take hand take form the other political party before.
Now, okay, thank you. You see, herders, farmers, we have short term, medium term, and long term
solution, right?
Long term is education. Once you educate Nigerians, automatically most, if not all, these crises will disappear. If you educate them, and that's what we have done in Kano. In Kano, we've built schools for people where they bush, like the farmers and the herders themselves. And once you secure that, in the long term, that will certainly help. In the short term, government must look at ways of educating both sides and providing them with all the necessary facilities. Farmers today across the country are on their own. Nobody is helping them. No advice from anybody, no inputs like fertilizer or pesticides or anything, not even good price for their products. And the same thing on the side of the herders themselves. Herders require a lot of education on the way and manner they relate to other people, including the farmers themselves. We need farmers, of course, we need herders in this country.
Okay. The issue of, because you know what's in the question when we say they're too plenty. I want to make sure we exhaust them. And time now I want to say no they wait for us. So I want to make it be say they take them. You know understand?
Okay.
Okay. The one when we say it concern power. Now one big thing when we say they affect us here. So the people they talk about now say we they pay for darkness. How you want to address this issue of power?
You see, in our blueprint, which is there on our website, NNPP website, people can download it and read it. It's 152-page document. And we took the issue of power very seriously. Without power, you cannot progress. And that was why we looked at the country from north to south to ensure that every state, every zone is given its own competitive advantage. There are parts of Nigeria that we have oil and gas. Other parts of the country, you have coal, you have other sources of energy. In other parts of the country, they have sand, they have dams, they have all sorts of facilities, even wind. So we have divided this country into that. And we are going to look at the law as it stands today to make it flexible, so that not only government, state government or federal government, even private sector can produce electricity and sell. In Kano, we have 23 dams. When I was governor, I put 2 turbines in 2 major dams and left over 43 million US dollars for my successor to complete the project. Unfortunately, the project is still there. Maybe this time around we will get better governor to go and complete it. So power is an area that we will pay attention to. And we have all the potentials to have enough power.
Now, the last question when you ask, why they ask, we not pray make you lose.
No, I understand.
But if person they expect the best, they go create room for the worst.
We are always doing that. You see, I was governor in 1999 to 2003. 2003, I lost the election. Not only I accepted, I picked my deputy governor, who is the governor now, and my commissioners to go to the house of the person who was declared the winner to congratulate him. I addressed the state and asked them to support him. And I packed my things left because I was sure that the state made a mistake. And that was no time to say it. But later I came back 8 years after. They put my 4 years on scale and 8 years on the other side of the scale. And they elected me, even when I was not supported by my party, then PDP. They are against me. In fact, they hardly gave me the ticket. Last minute, I was the last to collect my ticket because they didn't want to give me. And without their support, the PDP support in 2011, and of course, facing the opposition party as governor and still local governments, I defeated them.
Okay, may I ask you the question direct?
So direct the question.
Direct now. We don't pray make you lose. If you lose, you go still remain for NNPP.
That's what I'm trying. I'm just building.
I want to just may tell me.
Now I will tell you, free, fair, of course, a good election. I have no reason not to accept it, and I will tell everybody to accept it. Our prayer is that there will be free, fair election in this country, so that we can make progress. Okay. Because we in the opposition, normally opposition cannot rig election. Okay. The people with capacity to rig election are people in government. Okay. But we are lucky this time around. The party has done so bad at the center and even at state level, to the extent that we are sure it cannot win election in this country. And with Beavers now, that will in fact help us. And with many people going, including Buhari.
Okay, no problem. But my question never asked me, Sha. The question when Friday asked, now they ask you, if you lose election, you go still remain for NNPP? Yes, no.
Definitely, I will never go to PDP
Okay.
or APC.
But you not talk about that. You
Yes,
remember.
that will rule it out.
Okay.
Because the two parties have failed this country.
Okay.
I cannot associate myself with them.
Okay. I don't say and say just now. You talk and say after your election that time. You just say where you want to. You say you address the states. And where you want to talk, say you address the state. You say you address the country. That means you don't look beyond state now. True now the country now. You say yes. They look. More take on that corner. Somebody dayline. Hello. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, I would talk with you.
My name is Kevin Nigeria.
Okay, Kevin Nigeria, how you doing?
Fine, sir. Good to have you in the studio, Mr. Kwankwaso.
Thank you.
My question, first one is, how she want to fight corruption when most of these people are friends, brothers, and associates?
Okay.
And secondly, how you want to harmonize your people, despite our different races, tribes, and religion as president?
Okay.
Those are my two questions I get to ask.
Take you so much. I'd like to take question A
now,
and B.
You see the issue of corruption. We were able to fight corruption in Kano, and we succeeded. We were the first government in this country to introduce e-payment. In fact, at that time, we had not enough banks. We had to register 37 microfinance banks in Kano to put them in all nooks and corners, so that e-payment wouldn't be a difficulty like we are seeing now. Because you go to some states like some villages are over 100 kilometers from any bank around them within the radius. You don't get any bank there. So we introduced it because we wanted to fight corruption. Even the Treasury single account, TSA, we are the first government to introduce that in this country to fight corruption, and so on and so on. But I want to say that to fight corruption, you have to be somebody who has integrity. Now, you can't give what you don't have. And that's the irony of many people in this country.
Yeah.
People who they know are corrupt. Everybody know also that they are corrupt, yet they want to hold the highest office in the country. It is only in this country, Nigeria, that we have such things happening. And we have tried it in the past. We have done it. Our records are there to the extent that in the 8 years I was a governor, I never borrowed 1 naira from any government or anybody. Now, you see, that's a sign that there was no stealing. One treasury, if you steal the money, you'll have no money to do project. If you do project with your money, then you don't have money to steal. And unless you have people of integrity at that level of government, we will continue to have crisis. Now, bringing in people together, you see, you require fairness and justice. Not only to do it, but people should accept. They should be, government should be seen to be fair and just to all its people, either north or south, not minding the ethnicity, not even minding the religion, and so on and so forth. Once that is done, I believe that there will be peace, there will be harmony in this country. We have done it in Kano. The way and manner we handled Kano, like I was telling you, the over 3,000 we sent abroad. Many of them are from southern part of the country. Some of them could not even speak Hausa language, which is spoken in our state. Of course, many of them are Christians from this part of Nigeria, southern part of Nigeria. And we are happy we have done that. And that's the only way we can have a peaceful community. I remember that with my experience as former Minister of Defense, we were able to bring security to Kano. And right now, Kano is like an island in terms of security, not only in northern Nigeria, but even in this country. Kano is cool, calm, and quiet, even when it is surrounded by states that are facing serious insecurity problem. So, you see, if you have the right caliber of people. And that is why now, I believe we all agree that good leadership is the answer. But how do you get the leadership? The leadership now is coming from the people. If people go out there to make a mistake and bring in people who have no capacity, people who are looking for help themselves now, and you want them to be your own president, then actually that is a contradiction. So I believe Nigerians now have an opportunity to compare and contrast and select or elect the best person for the job.
If, let's say you know for the presidential race, let's say you know for the presidential race, Who will be your preferred candidate?
No, I don't think I should go for that hypothesis of you are in. I am in now.
Okay.
I don't want go back, but I can tell you it is extremely difficult to have a good candidate.
Okay.
And that's why many of these candidates are even afraid to come out for debate or town hall. They only want to go and gather people, go and rehearse something and go to talk to people and run away. But to come and tell themselves, to tell Nigerians, which school did you attend? I always list my qualification from craft school to technical school to polytechnics to universities.
Yeah.
I have PhD in civil engineering. I was a civil servant, as we said, for 17 years in Kano, and I have been everywhere, from Deputy Speaker, House of Reps, to Constitutional Conference, to, you didn't even mention...
I see your profile, your profile no get bust up.
NDDC.
Your profile no get bust up, it's a long way.
No, to who has got long one? All of them, some of them have just gone, bam, I was governor, stop there.
Okay.
Some of them cannot even, to us who are in the field, they are yet to come to Abuja.
Okay.
They are just on the way from their state.
Alhaji Musa Kwankwaso, at a point, you and Peter Obi navigate alliance before I can decide to go on our separate ways and the rest. But now this now one Peter Obi and say, if they see a profile, people they feel say yes, the thing they rise. People they feel say they attack and well and all of that. You know, feel say Peter Obi a person now the candidate to beat for this election.
It's not.
Okay.
You see, all these people who are disgracing themselves, doing opinion poll with telephone. I will tell you, my supporters, I can swear that 90% of them have got no phones.
Okay.
If those whose phones, they have no facilities to participate in this poll. They don't even know what is Twitter. They don't even know what is even social media, nothing, zero. These are the people who meet in the villages, towns, and cities. Now, these guys who are managed, state-managed poll, people from Austria, people from New Zealand, people from America and other islands are voting. You see, it's ridiculous. Just small sample, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 people in a population of over 200 million. So all that one is sponsored. Okay, somebody to get money from abroad and to get money from inside that they are leading. Okay, let me conclude. Okay. Any party that is based on ethnicity and religion can never win election in this country. Okay. I was in the Constitutional Conference of 94-95. We drafted the Constitution. We deliberately put that to win election, not only will have the highest number of votes, but you have to have 2/3 or 25% in 2/3 of the state, which means 24 states. North has 19, South has 17. So if you have all the North or New or South, you have lost the election. So these are the arrangements. So our party is the only national party, and that's why we came here. We have 4 out of 4 states with governors. In Nigeria, we have 108 out of 109 candidates, and it cuts across all religions. Some are not. I know one or two who is neither a Christian or Muslim, traditional thing. So this house is a political.
Take some more calls because almost everybody, because of the 9BC we day here. Hello, good evening. Hello. If you call us, maybe just call us, maybe talk to us. The number will be say yes, so you go take call, make you ask a large question on your screen. So hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening. Who will you talk with you?
Hello.
Hello, good evening. Okay, Ibila say we get a network issue, but we'll go try some other calls first before Ibila say Alhaji Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso will give us some more answers, because we need to take from our viewers and listeners on radio. Hello, good evening. Yeah, who will you talk with you?
Vincent Oruma.
Vincent Oruma.
Yes.
Fire down.
So, when I want to ask Oga Kwankwaso, so all of them are the leader where they are before, and they see each other where they talk together ever since. So the issue of this security, why they not tackle that issue before the election? Okay.
You say almost everybody that were in BC now they together. Almost all Nigerians so in BC they talk, they play election politics. All of them know each other before. all of Nabila brothers and sisters say why a BC no tackle the issue of insecurity. But somebody else say like, "Mo take this call." Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, who will talk with you?
Yes, sir. My name is Danjuma.
Danjuma, how you doing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what do you want to make a large question know?
The problem we get for sure in Nigeria is when the time when people are out, they do is very problem. What is the discussion? What they do that?
Okay. Now, say the matter of insecurity now in BC in the talk about. You say that time as a governor for that area, Boko Haram come from that side. How na take address the issue? So I want to make you take the two questions together before BC will take more calls because time no be our friend again.
Okay. You see, that's why I said we tackled the insecurity during our time to the extent that no criminal, no bandit is in a hurry even today to go to Kano.
Okay.
That's why Kano is cool, quiet, and stable. Now, as former Minister of Defense, I brought all the security agents. We had synergy between them. They all became under the brigade commander with DSS, with police, with even immigration, custom, and so on. They work together and with the community. That's why now we are bringing in community participation and orientation committees in all the 8,809 wards, councillor wards. And we have 11 people there, including the traditional ruler, the most senior clergy in that ward, the PTA, representative of women, representative of people with disability, and so on and so forth, 11 of them. And government will be funding that one direct to repair their schools, to repair their hospitals, to even help the needy in those. Government, federal government will do it through appropriate legislation at the national level.
So as a friend of other politicians, maybe they don't do for power, they want to see for power now. Why you not advise them on the role to play to make sure, or way to go to make sure say the insecurity matter is addressed?
I didn't even have to advise them. They have seen what we are doing practically. That's why I'm still standing by the grace of God. That's why I was able to take one party, and now it's everywhere. It's household name known today in this country within less than 1 year. So the issue of insecurity is something that we dealt. And let me tell you finally on the security, that you see is not even the military, the arms and ammunition that matter. You have to think of food security. If people are hungry, we have no security. You have to think of education security, even health security, even job security. You have to fight drugs. Wherever we go now, we see our young men and women taking drugs.
Okay, I'm going to take the last call before I go let you come out. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, who would you talk with you?
This is Daniel Olaye.
You're a lucky man. I will be the last caller today. Daniel Olaye, what do you want to make me know?
Yes, I want to click on that one. So,
Okay.
I want to make that because for me, I don't interview people. I know they get very good record, just as they explain. And I will want to keep on trying.
Okay.
And if you enter, I know say God will use them.
Okay. Okay. Now advice now be say you get for you. So me continue to the try. Say by God's grace you will get them and the rest. Before I go let you come out now, I just want to make BC your address. Edo people and other states they want to say they watch us now because they across the country. I want to make BC you don't talk today. What do you want make BC they know? Which message you get for our listeners now and our viewers across the world?
First of all, let me start by thanking Almighty God and also thank the good people of Edo State and Nigerians generally for supporting our party. Within a year, we have a party, a national party for that matter, that is in each and every corner. In fact, it's a household name now. And many people, especially in northern Nigeria, are very much determined. All these two parties, PDP, APC, are certainly panicking because they know northern Nigeria is a no-go area for them because you see in the north, they know us very well. That's the difference between north and south. South now are beginning to know the good work that we have done and the integrity, the capacity that we have. You see, it's very difficult to have a good candidate. Everybody will want to be councillor, chairman, president, and so on and so forth. But most people cannot afford. In fact, people have not even patience to prepare themselves. And that is why today, by the grace of God, NNPP has the best candidates at the national level, best candidates, of course, at the lower or State Assembly, House of Reps, and so on. And let me also say to the people of South, especially people of this state, that I deliberately decided to choose my vice president not only from the South, but of course from Edo State. Isaac Idahosa is not only a bishop, but Archbishop designate. Yeah. And I believe that together with him and other good quality Nigerians will be in a better position to have the best for Nigeria.
Senator Alhaji Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, the presidential candidate of the NNPP, we wish you good luck. I will pray, say, by the time we say we'll talk to you again, we'll talk to you as president of Nigeria. My people with the talk is Alhaji Musa Kwankwaso. You don't tell us so many things. All the things they want to say you talk now, waiting in field, and all the things then I get all of them, and we wish and well. My name is Thomas Ado. Until next time we say we go see, don't forget, if you remove something for eye, you must swam to the eye. Well done.